So today, we're going to take this winch off. As you can see, I've already done that, but in the video, we're going to take the winch off and build this little L bracket here. I didn't really like the way it was before, but anyway, rest of the video will explain the rest. So since the camera's been charging, I was kind of looking through the scrap, and I remembered that I had this piece and a piece like it about 3 times as long. This is 5/16 by 5-inch angle iron, and I thought that would be a good thing to use for the winch mount. I've already cut the piece to size for the winch. As you can see, it's kind of flush with both edges. I didn't even measure it, I just marked it with the screwdriver and chopped it on a chop saw. Didn't really want to burn it because I wanted a clean edge to weld to. But, I mean, this 5-inch, it's just like it was made for the winch here. So I'm pretty happy about that. The winch just came off with 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. So it's still wet from when I sprayed it off with the hose. That's how recently I cut it. I'm just going to zap that on there with my welder. Probably just use a little MIG welder. I mean, the MIG is all I used for welding this 1/4-inch plate on there, so it should be plenty for welding this on there. I'll have to touch up this with the grinder, and these edges look pretty good, but I'll have to figure out somewhere to put a clamp, probably on here, because I already have quite a bit of trouble holding this piece up here. Probably use a clamp without even having the ground clamp on it. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm doing, and then I'm pretty sure I'm just going to put these wires on the other side, just to make it work. So yeah, and the dog's over there tearing up a 10-year-old dead gopher. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm up to. Well, I got her all bolted down, and all that's left to do is grind a bit here and here, zap her on, and then reroute the wires. I don't think I'm going to screw with the winch control because, I mean, even though it's not covered, absolutely nothing has shorted out. Sorry, I'm kind of hiccuping and burping at the same time. I don't think I'm going to reroute any of the wires under the seat because it's absolutely nothing has gone wrong in the 8 months to a year that it's been like this. Probably about 14 months, actually. Yeah, because I only had the winch on the back for a couple months, and it was a couple months after I got the quad that I put the winch on. So yeah, it's been about 14 months that the winch has been set up how it was, and I never had a problem with it. I just didn't really like not having a fair lead. That's the only reason I'm changing it. I don't think I'm changing any of the wire under the seat, but I'm definitely changing this boot out because it's seen better days. Well, the welds aren't really that wonderful, but the breaker kept popping. I put a little tack there. That's 2 different welds right there. That's pretty much all. No, that's 2 different welds too. But I'm welding at 100% voltage and roughly 50% amperage, which that's somewhere between 75 and 85% capacity on a 15 amp breaker. Just to sum it up, the 15 amp breaker doesn't like the welder very much. Anyway, she's on. Isn't moving. I'll probably be able to back a truck into this thing and it wouldn't move, which is good. I'll probably take off these lights one of these days and run a 60-13 bead in here all along the top, just to, I don't know, just for the heck of it, probably, just to make sure it's not coming off. But yeah, I mean, it's on. The only thing that's left is bolt on the fair lead, which I do still have the original bolts, believe it or not. I have it in my box of bolts from, like, we'll say metric fasteners, like stuff from Honda lawnmowers and Honda ATVs and Kawasaki ATVs and just stuff like that. Yeah, it's not really a standard size. I have a whole box of that stuff. So I know for sure that I still have the original bolts, and if I didn't, they're probably a standard size anyway. Yeah, that's a fair lead. But yeah, Anyway, now let's just put the wiring on and we'll call it good. Well, I accomplished what I wanted to. I must have used those bolts on another project. I could have sworn I had them, but I had other bolts. Like I said, they're standard size. So I just put a standard couple of 3/8 bolts in. If you can see, that camera's focusing on the grass for some reason. Focus. Oh well. Anyway, I've used this winch a lot. I mean, I have an oversized battery, which is why I have to have it back here instead of under the seat. This battery's about 3 times the storage. I think it was, yeah, 3 times the storage. It's a wheelchair battery, so it's made to go completely dead, then recharge again. Although I think I've only completely killed it about 7 or 8 times. But a normal automotive battery would have been bad by then. But anyway, yeah, that battery has 3 times the storage, and like I said, I probably killed it 7 or 8 times of winching, and then that doesn't include the little short winching times. So I'm really glad to have this Fairlead on again. It'll help keep my cable in better condition, because it is starting to fray in a couple spots underneath the top and second layers. I think it has 6 layers in all. So yeah, it's actually working pretty well. It works well. So yeah, I have it hooked up to the support there. It's not tight at all. I just have it there for somewhere to hold it, so it's not sticking out. But anyway, that's what I was up to today, and as soon as we go into town, I am talking my mom into stopping by the auto parts store, and I'm getting a new boot for this, so you don't have to bash me on that, because it is happening probably tonight. Anyway, yeah, pretty simple build. Just drill 3 holes, weld on a plate, and I didn't even have to reroute the wires, which is kind of a good thing and kind of a bad thing. A bad thing as in I didn't change any of the wiring like I kind of intended to. I wanted to kind of clean up the wiring, but I mean, it works. If it works, and really only thing that's messy is where these 2 wires are placed. That's about it. Anyway, yeah, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.